Hey guys, Tiny Tom Logan back with a video for you to kind of give you a little bit of a taster of some of the stuff that's going to be coming up over the following weeks and stuff, because I have got a lot on. It's kind of a, I suppose I'm going to have to call this a subscriber video really. This is a video, just me having a bit of a chat with you, letting you know about all the stuff. Yeah, kind of the regulars, me talking to you, you know, us having a bit of a chinwag. Now, I took on a lot of the feedback about people saying they'd like to see some builds back. Now, I've got to explain that I'm saying builds rather than custom mods, because the customs as they were, with all the paint and the powder coat and the water cutting and everything like that, I've not got really the time to be able to do them justice anymore. I've got a couple of rigs on that are taking slightly longer than usual, or not taking slightly longer than usual, but it's just because of the immense, you know, the fact that I've just not got the time to be able to get there and do everything like I used to. Because when I was doing the full-on custom builds, that was my source of income, so I was doing those with every spare moment of time that I had. Obviously I've not got that much time anymore, I've not got the workshop set up the way I used to have anymore, so a lot of things in that respect have changed. So now we're moving on into the kind of like building kind of aspect, the odd bits and modding and stuff like that, but nothing the way that I used to. It may well come back, depends how my kind of schedule and stuff changes. I have taken on new members of staff, Overclock 3D, so you never know how it's going to pan out, but at the end of the day, Overclock 3D is now my main focus, and I absolutely love what I'm doing, mainly because of the fact that I get to talk and you know, everything, you know, make these videos for you guys, doing all the different things for you guys, always trying to hunt out different stuff to do. So, but there are going to be there's going to be a few builds, and there are a couple of custom mods coming up as well. The kind of custom ones I can't really talk about at the moment, but they're not for me. I've got a build for me to do, and I'm also going to be doing a build for Be Quiet, which has just recently been agreed. Now, the build for me, I'm going to go into depth with it, but it's kind of a personal build. It's something that I've been trying to get sorted and stuff for a long time. I've just not had the time. I'm going to be using the Corsair 600T White, which is behind me. This is the original sample that I got sent. And I am going to be building my rig in this. Now, the rig is going to be my 990X that I didn't blow up. The one that does 6 GHz. Obviously, it's not going to be at 6 GHz. We're going to be kind of running with a kind of a slightly more conservative overclock. But it's going to be in my custom blue Rampage 3. If you've not seen it, it is kind of hidden in here. Yeah, anyway, I've got a custom modded blue Rampage 3. It's the same, the 990X is going to be going in that. I've also got a 12GB kit of Mushkin RAM that just so happens to be white. It's the only white 12GB kit from Mushkin in the world. It just so happens to also do 89824 at 1.65 volts, 2000 megahertz. So it's a stonkingly good kit as well. Big love to Mushkin for that, because they pretty much cherry picked me these modules, and yeah, they're the only ones in the world. So yeah, epic. Right, graphics cards. Pair of 580s. Both going to be water cooled as well. The Rampage is going to be water cooled, the CPU is going to be water cooled. But just to spin everything on its head, the 600T isn't big enough to fit all the water cooling requirements that I need in. So, you're all thinking external radiators, going to be mounted on the roof, mounted on the side, something like that. That's not the way I do things. I don't really like external rads, unless you can actually make a feature of it. I've never actually ever seen an external rad that looks right. But, and I'm going to move this on and show you. I am going passive, and by passive I'm not going to open this box because it's huge. By passive, I mean the radiators that I'm going to be using will have no fans. I am going for a 100%, well, there's going to be fans in the case, but as for the radiators themselves, not at all. Now this is just one part. This is actually the smaller part of the radiator. There's actually a larger part as well. But, and I do mean but, is I've got 2 sets of these coming. So my radiator is going to be massive. It's actually going to be, when it goes to its final resting place, the radiator is going to be on the floor underneath my desk. So yes, I am building a well, as far as the water cooling is concerned, it's 100% passive. I'm going to be testing this passive radiator kit somewhere next week with just a CPU. But then obviously when I do build my rig, it's going to have the pair of 580s, the motherboard and the CPU, and it's all going to be running like that. Now the case obviously isn't going to be that loud anyway, because we've got the fan control and everything. But as I said, the water cooling is going to be passive. It's going to be an interesting one. I've never ever done anything like this. Now I will kind of, this project's going to be called Orca, because black and white, killer whale, that's an orca, Orcanus orca is a killer whale, so yeah, black and white. I'm going to go into more depth about this later on, but if you have a look on my YouTube channel, actually go to the channel, on the left hand side you can see all the specs and stuff of the rigs that I run. If you have a look at the bottom, right at the bottom it says RIP SJL, this is all for you, la, 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 you know, kiss kiss kiss. Basically SJL was my mum, and yeah, she passed away nearly 4 years ago now. It was 2007, October 2007 she passed away, and her favourite animal in the whole world was whales. So this is kind of, and what you got also got to bear in mind is I hadn't even started Time to Live Customs when my mum passed away, and that's where the name Time to Live comes from. It's kind of, yeah, everything kind of spurred on from my mum passing away. And I've never ever really mentioned this in any of the videos, but it's got to the point now where I'm actually quite comfortable with the fact, I'm happy with the fact of what I've done, you know, since that happened. And this is kind of my way of putting a little rig together for me to, it will be my daily rig, and it's kind of me doing it publicly for my mum. But after that I'm going to, it'll get left. And I will explain in depth and stuff what happened and stuff, because it's about time I kind of shared it and got it off my chest. But I just wanted to give you a little introduction with this one. And yeah, so you can see what's coming. And you'll also, I wanted to say about the radiators before I suddenly appear doing a review on them next week. And like I said, this massive radiator, we're going to stick a CPU on it and do it in the normal heatsink test rig and see what we can do. But then I'm also going to do some extended testing where I'm literally going to leave the rig running OCCT for ages and see if we can get the, you know, like the water warms up and all kinds of stuff like that. So we'll do a fairly extended test on it. So yeah, that's Orca, which is coming up. I'm also going to be doing a rig for Be Quiet, where they want me to showcase the power supply and the CPU cooler that they do. So I'm going to be building a little rig with that, which we're going to be doing in a Fractal black R3 for a change. The GPU, I'm kind of tossing up at the moment how we're going to go about it, but there's a distinct possibility that we're going to be doing that passive as well, just to see how I get on with these. So we may end up with 2 passive rigs. Really don't know yet. Don't know whether we're going to be doing like a really quiet air build or whether we're going to wang the a passive on the outside as well. But yes, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for Be Quiet. And then I've also got the other 2 builds coming up, which I will get to as quick as I possibly can do. But also my personal life has changed a little bit as well, because back in January as it was, and again I've not really spoken about this, but I split up with my partner that I'd been with for quite a few years. So things have been a little bit kind of up in the air, but we've now kind of got everything sorted. It has been a fairly interesting few months, but everything's sorted. And we are now finally going to be properly going our separate ways. I'm going to be, at least for the time being, keeping the current place where I live, TTL Towers as I like to call it, but unsure whether I'm going to be moving on somewhere bigger or not yet, but at least for a little bit. So there may be a couple of times where things are a bit up and down, or you see things kind of like changing and stuff, but the next month or 6 weeks, or at least anyway, if you go 2 weeks into the future, a month after that, it's going to be kind of a lot going on. But I will obviously try to do it as much as I possibly can, get as much work done and stuff up on the site and YouTube videos done and stuff like that. But we never know. So yeah, this year's Christmas video could be drastically different to last year's Christmas video. You may even finally get the little tour around TTL Towers once I actually get everything settled and stuff like that. So there is a lot going on in my personal life. One thing I will say though is www.facebook.com/TinyTomLogan. I'm going to put a link underneath. Yeah, it's my Facebook page, or it's my public Facebook page, not my personal one. If you don't follow it already, please make sure that you do, because we do so much on there. I post stuff up for the videos, questions, always trying to answer as many questions as I can. It's generally my way of being able to keep in touch with you guys. Yeah, so just have a look, see what you think. If you want it, if you want to, like it, lovely jubbly. So yeah, bit of a strange video, but I've not really done one of these chit chat videos for a little while. I've also been on the Facebook page recently. I did ask what everyone would like to do, and what I'm going to try and do is do a little mini ITX rig. Now, mini ITX rig. I've actually got my current HTPC, which is in a Fractal R2. Really like that case. But the only problem with that case is the power supply is small form factor, so it's not really got the balls to be able to drive a big graphics card. So I'm trying to get a Cubitech tank in. Well, I am getting a Cubitech tank in, so we may end up doing a mini ITX build. I've got a Z68 mini ITX anyway, the 2600K, so you might end up seeing a 580 perched in that, and we'll see what we can do. So I am listening to you guys, but as ever, I'm always open to ideas. Now, a lot of people have been asking me to do an overclocking video, because I did mention it before. The only thing that's stopping me is I really do want to do an overclocking video, because it'll be quite lengthy, but I'll be able to help you all. But the bit that's stopping me is the fact that then everyone will go, oh, well, my CPU doesn't do it at this, and do you know what I mean? What have I got to do? And if I make the video, then all the information that I'll be able to do will be in the video. I haven't got the time to be able to give everyone a one-on-one tutorial and be able to fault find for you. Overclocking is meant to be about, do you know what I mean, your own personal quest and working out what works for your system. If it doesn't work, then you just have to tweak and find out. And that's the reason why I've not done it yet. It's because I've not got time to do it for everyone and do that one-on-one thing. And I really don't like having to say, look, I've not got time, because there are certain people out there that get funny when I tell them no. So that's kind of where I've been with this overclocking idea. Is I do really want to help you, but I've not got time to be able to walk you all through it one by one. If I make the video, then we're going to have to link it to a forum thread, and if you need help, you're going to have to go and talk to the guys in the forum. But again, there are quite a lot of you out there. I'm not saying it's everyone, so don't be personally taking offence. But when I have done help videos, you come to the forums asking questions that are in the video, and it's just because either you've not listened properly or you've not watched it all. And it is kind of soul destroying when you come asking these questions and we say it's in the video and you're like, well, just tell me. It's like, well, I already have done. I bothered to make you a video, and you've not watched it. So yeah, it's a bit of a, you know what I mean, I'm hoping the majority of you understand. I may still do the overclocking video, but like I said, it's never going to be a 5-minute video. and there will be a lot of information there, and that whole kind of people skipping it, not listening, or expecting us to do the overclocking for you, is never really going to happen. The way I work is I'll be looking to give you the tools that you need to learn your own system. I'm not going to be telling you that's the voltage you should be using for your CPU, that's the voltage that you should be using for your CPU. I'm going to basically try and teach you how to find the voltage that your CPU needs, and then you kind of work at it from that point, and learn how to stress test it and balance everything out. So yeah, that would be my way of doing things, which I'm just worried that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily either grasp or like very much. But I'm always open to your feedback on that now I've said to you about it. But anyway, you've had a lot of me time in this video. It's not been a review or anything like that. It's just been a bit of a chit chat. I hope you like it. If you like these type of things, then I'm very willing to do them more often. Although when I did some videos when I went to a local festival, a lot of you kind of said, what is this doing? It's a computer channel. But what you've got to remember is that this is my channel. So do you know what I mean? If I want to put stuff at me at a festival up, then I will do. I actually take a bit of offence that, you know, I mean, a lot of you said so much negative stuff about it, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, that was a bit of a strange one. So yeah, wouldn't mind your feedback about that either, really. Anyway, I don't even know how long I've been chatting for. Right, you've had a good 16, nearly 17 minutes worth of just me. So yeah, subscribe, comment, whatever, do you know what I mean? But comment, definitely. Would really like your feedback on all of this. So yeah, zip my heart back up now. This is Tiny Tom Logan with another video for you. Out.